And good evening, everybody. We are back, Restless Barbarian Gaming, and we are playing some Werewolf the Apocalypse. My name is Tom. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. We are beginning the second half of season 4, and we have some new folks who are going to be joining us. We have 2 new players. You met them earlier in their first change videos, but tonight they're officially joining the big game, as it were. We're missing Jen, unfortunately. I hope you're feeling better, Jen. And we will get started in just a moment. Just again, want to thank everybody for joining us. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of content here. World of Darkness. Yep, we just lost somebody. World of Darkness, Call of Cthulhu, lots of fun stuff going here on the channel. So please be sure to give us a like and subscribe if you would. I am going to go ahead and have my players go ahead and introduce themselves, tell us where you can find them should they choose to be found, and then tell us who they're playing. So I will start in a good order. We're going to go clockwise, starting with Aloysius.
Oh, stealing from me, I see. Hello, I'm Aloysius. I'm playing Otto Miller, Arun younger brother, who used to work private security for Magadon. Not doing that much anymore, but now his main priority is having to lie to a young woman about killing her dad. So we'll see how that goes. Whispers.
That would be you.
Hold on. Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on. Listen. I just did a math test. Don't expect me to know clock words. Okay. Anyways, I'm Whispers. I'm not usually angry. Anyways, I'm playing Diana, a college student who is studying at technically Harvard online to get a degree in environmental law. She is the pack leader, despite being the youngest member of the pack currently. She works as a park ranger and was not part of the killing, but is gaslighting a girl that thinks that the pack had nothing to do with it.
Hello, I'm Eric. I'm Eric playing Eric Williams. I do it just because it's easy. I am playing again Eric. He is somebody from the southeast of the United States, moving to Seattle to get away from the craziness that's happening and the people and creatures that are trying to find him. He runs an occult store, small occult store here in Seattle, and he's basically trying to find more about his lineage, his family. He has a large occult knowledge. Over the years, he's been kind of doing his thing, but he's also ex-military, so tactics and things. He's not the strongest person in the wide world, so he's not going to beat anybody up too much. But tactics and his weapons are kind of what keep it going.
All right. I'm Q. I'm going to be playing Ingweji Anderson, also known as Skids. He's a young fellow, about a year younger than Dinah. Started out in the Northeast, in the New Hampshire area. He's an orphan, got fed up with the foster system, and then just sort of decided to head west. Felt like getting out and stretching his legs and moving. He is now accepted into the Silent Striders. They felt like he was a good fit, I suppose. And he is just arriving in Seattle after a few months of, the quick training / indoctrination of, so you want to be a werewolf.
Exactly.
So this is my first time ever playing werewolf, so I figured playing someone who had no idea what they were doing made perfect sense.
Always a sound plan.
Good idea. Yeah. And he most of the characters found that the travel across the country was not the most luxurious, but it did the job and got them there. So let's take a step back and let's talk about what's just happened in the previous episode. They had been tasked with helping a young cub, I guess not quite a lost cub, but someone who did not understand or have any knowledge of their heritage. A young girl named Savannah Muldoon, who the pack has found out through study and also finding out about her family, is a born black spiral dancer. Her father, one Chuck Muldoon, is a very strong and charismatic leader of his pack here in Seattle. They felt that, the Pathfinders felt that perhaps Savannah could be redeemed. Mostly Diana's of that opinion, that one's birth does not dictate who they are. So she has been really trying to see if she can mentor this young Savannah. In the meantime, oh boy, we just keep losing Q.
Q is struggling.
Yeah. In the meantime, the pack has been challenged by this same person, Chuck Muldoon. And it came to a point where Diana went to the sept at the cairn on Mount Rainier, and had formally asked about seeming to how to adopt Savannah. She did not get the warmest of receptions because generally anyone who was of the Wyrm, born of the Wyrm, in Geru culture cannot be redeemed. If you find something of the Wyrm, it's supposed to be destroyed. What they have begrudgingly allowed was that for Diana to do her best, but don't you dare bring her near the cairn. So which Diana has not done. Flashing forward a little bit, the pack tracked down Chuck at his home. Otto, Alice, and two Geru sort of on a loan, if it were, had assaulted Chuck at his house, fought with him, and then Otto, with one mighty grasp, ripped out Chuck's beating heart and squashed it in his claw, and has killed the pack leader. This news did not go well for anyone in Seattle, especially one Savannah Muldoon, when she attempted to go home and found her home was a crime scene. She was told the news and did not take it well, as one would imagine, and is out for blood. If she finds out whoever killed her father, she is sworn to kill them in return. It's really no other way to put it. So we are going to pick up at that point. We're actually picking up a week later after the night where Chuck was slain. Chuck's funeral is actually scheduled for tomorrow. Dyer and Strikes Twice basically felt their task was completed. They were brought in to help kill this spiral. They did. They've returned to their own pack.
Fair enough.
Their pack, their pack is tasked with helping to guard the cairn. So they felt they needed to get back really as soon as possible. We now pick up really on the morning after, excuse me, a week later, but in a morning, we're going to start off with. I think Savannah has been staying with Diana and Alice because, again, her home is a crime scene. The evening news caught on to the story about some man having his heart ripped out. It has become a viral story across the country. Who committed this murder? And Savannah really has nowhere else to go. She is kind of estranged from her mother. So she has accepted Diana's offer to stay there, but has been very quiet, very sullen. And the funeral arrangements, from what you've found out, are being provided by friends of the family. You have not seen officially who is footing the bill. But the news has mentioned that Chuck was well known in the city. Again, maybe seen as a bit of an organized crime character. Some say, oh, he was just an independent businessman, slain in his own home. And then other people are going, well, he was into some shady business. Who knows who might have done such a thing? So what I'm going to do first is we're going to go to the apartment with Diana. Jen isn't here, so I'm going to be playing Alice. And we're going to pick up right there with Diana, Savannah, and Alice.
It's the morning, so Diana's probably just got back from the morning run, took a shower, and is probably cooking breakfast for everybody. Savannah, sweetheart, do you want some eggs? And if you do you want them like boiled, fried, scrambled?
Savannah is sitting at the kitchen table. Her hair is just kind of hanging in her face. She's got her hood up on her sweatshirt. She's like, I don't care.
Scrambled it is then.
Alice will come over and just kind of put her hand on Savannah's shoulder, and she's like, you've got to eat something. You really haven't been eating very much. And she just kind of shrugs her hand off a little bit. And not a typical changer, not staring at her phone. Instead, she is really just kind of just downcast.
Well, Diana will end up like putting some eggs on a plate, some bacon, some grits, the traditional like breakfast. And
in Seattle?
Well, it's what Diana usually cooks.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's all fruit and only fruit.
Yeah. Diana will like bring it over and set it and fry it, and then just kind of sit across from Savannah. It's like, well, do you want me to see if I can borrow the car and we can go to your dad's funeral tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a ride. You're gonna go with me?
If you want me to. I mean, somebody has to drive you.
I need somebody there, because I would ask other people to go with me, but I don't know if I can rely on them or not. I mean, I don't even know if April would be able to go with me.
Yeah, does Savannah have like a hand like on the table?
No, they're
like in her lap?
They're like in her lap. Yeah.
Diana will move to like sit next to Savannah and like place like a hand on one of Savannah's, and it's just like, Of course, I would go with you, and if you need anything, all you have to do is ask. I
Thank
was
you.
thinking maybe if you're going to be staying a bit longer, I spend most of my time in the living room anyways, if you want to sleep in my room. Probably-
She kind of sniffles a little bit and kind of starts to eat, and then you notice she's starting to eat a little bit faster. And then she kind of just mumbles something about, the police aren't going to be able to do anything about this.
That is true. I mean, especially, if it was, a crime syndicate or whatever the cause was. We don't want to speak bad of the dead. But it's okay to grieve other than anger.
And there is a knock at the door, and Otto is knocking at the door. He's come by to check in on Diana and Alice. Might not be aware that he's probably pretty sure that Savannah's been staying with them, but whether or not she's up and around at the moment, he does not know. But it's Otto.
Yeah.
Otto is at the door with a bit of a hangover. He's kind of been drinking himself to sleep the past few nights.
Guilty.
Because, he's killed plenty of people before, but it hasn't felt this shitty in a while.
Yeah. Diana will leave. Well, I'll be right back, sweetheart. And Diana will go open the door, and instead of letting you in, pushes you forward, and then it closes the door behind her. And it's just like, Otto, keep in mind,
You have some
Savannah,
aspirin.
I have aspirin, and if you want, I can make my father's magical elixir to get over a hangover.
What is? You know what? Sure.
It's better if you don't ask what's in it.
That's
the wolf.
probably true.
Secondly,
Anyway, sorry. What?
Savannah is here and is moving about more than usual. Actually said more than 5 words today, so...
Okay, well, that's good.
Wonderful. Diana's going to slide open the door and grab, those bottles that, cover up, smoke and stuff and, floral scents? Just grabs it, sprays Otto with it to cover the smell of alcohol. Fully douses you.
He sort of does the whole breath test. I thought I brushed my teeth pretty good this morning.
Diana will go to her pocket and pull out a breath mint.
He'll just pop it.
Wonderful. Now you may come in.
Comes in smelling like strong floral scents mixed with hints of amber.
And now peppermint.
And now peppermint as well. It's a unique aroma coming off of him.
Savannah looks up, and it's a small place. I mean, so pretty much the door is right by the kitchen table. So, and she looks up, and she's looking at Otto, and she's like, "Hey,
hey."
She's like, I haven't seen you in a while."
Yeah, been about a week, I think. I haven't seen you since, well,
Yeah. And Alice gets up to get herself another cup of tea, kind of slides away. And Savannah's just chomping away now. And doing that kind of thing, when people are thinking and they're eating, they kind of do that.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns her head, she goes, Do you think one of our kind might have done this? Might have had a reason to have something against my dad? She just says it in general, not to anyone in particular.
Yeah. I feel like Diana just being like, well, this just got very tense. Sets like this cup of like the most disgusting looking concoction on the table and like kind of points it towards Otto. Hangover cure.
And he looks at it and he sort of just like downs it as quickly as possible. And sort of like as he like sort of like shakes off the whatever sensation it gives him, he says, "It's definitely possible."
I mean, I know people didn't like him, and I know, yeah. I mean, I'm not a child. I know that he might have gotten into some shady stuff, but I mean, this is just fucked up. I mean, who can? I mean, can people like us do that? Like, rip, and she's kind of stumbling over there. Rip somebody's heart out. I mean, that's what the police said happened.
We are much stronger than, normal humans. Non-guru. Plebeians, if you want to use some Star Trek lingo. I think that's Star Trek. And, well, it's not that wouldn't say it's impossible. I just haven't heard that ever happening.
I did it as a memory of one of my ancestors. It was weird. It's like I was him, but I was also myself. So I know that he's done it, but it was also on just normal hunters, not one of us.
She kind of narrows her eyes at Otto. Says, "You've done something like that before? You tore somebody's heart out?"
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Also, my first change was a rather messy one, so I don't remember all the details, but I'm sure I did much worse than that.
She's like, "Oh my God." And let's see. She's really paying attention to Otto now.
Hey, he has not lied at all.
No. Oh no, absolutely, he has not. No, not at all. So, but let's take a look here. Let's see what she notices.
Sorry, I'm rolling to change back to Jahan.
That's okay. I'm like, that was rolling dice.
What's going on?
Oh, hello. Success 5.
Boom. Okay. She's really focused now on Otto, and she goes, "What was it like killing somebody like that?"
Can you please not talk about killing people at my dinner table?
And
I just want to know.
And he'll sort of like lean up against the, I'm assuming there's like a countertop or
Sure,
something.
yeah.
He'll sort of just like lean up against that and say, "Are you really sure you want to hear about all that?"
She goes,
Like, are you really sure?
"I'm not just a kid."
I know. And I don't aim to treat you like one, but
She's like, "Maybe not. But maybe I could learn something from you sometime."
okay.
And then Alice is going to probably try to slide between the two of you and be like, well, I know, Savannah, you probably have some arrangements you need to work on. Maybe Diana and I can give you a ride somewhere. Do you need to get some clothes for tomorrow? And she kind of just looks over her shoulder at Diana like,
Do you need me to drive you somewhere to, go to like Walmart or something, get some clothes?
yeah, I guess I gotta get something. Yeah, she's like, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Alice, can I borrow the car?
Alice is like, I guess so. We're still missing a door.
I would say, is it still missing a door?
It's
Yeah.
still missing a door.
Yeah.
It's scratched up. It's beat up to hell. She's like, sure. She goes, could you get it washed while you're out?
That would be better to wash by hand because I don't really want to take it through a car wash while it's missing a door.
I'm really embellishing, Alice, but why not? I hope you enjoy this, Jen.
I feel like it's a not out of character for her.
I don't think it's out of character at all. No. She says, "Yeah, that's fine." Yes. So Savannah probably has not bathed in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that's very true. I was about to like make an offhand joke about that, and Diana's just gonna like, yeah, before we leave, shower, go, Oof. And Sophia's just gonna, if Savannah doesn't get up, just kind of like starts moving the chair towards the bathroom.
All right. She's like, I'll go take a shower. So she leaves and leaves the 3 of you.
Can you not talk about murder, death, or anything?
She brought it up. What do you want me to do?
You
Lie?
circumvent the conversation.
I'd rather just cut through the bullshit and get to it.
And Alice says, so tries to say it in a very low voice. We already know she's suspicious. And all of this is, I think, gonna push her harder towards her nature. We have to think of a way to try to calm her, I guess.
Well, I think that's a bit easier said than done with her. She does tend to get I guess enticed by her more violent urges.
It's a defense mechanism. I mean, it's all she knows.
Like, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that I also get it.
Yeah.
But we can't. But she can't let that just consume her. And I know more often than not, she's wanted to just give into it, and we've had to rein her back in. And she needs to learn how to do that herself.
Well, it's not like we know somebody who's been through this situation before, so we're kind of going into this without a roadmap.
Right. I think we're gonna move from there.
Mm.
Is we are gonna move to a another part of the city where someone a couple months ago a new arrival in the city, has opened an occult bookshop. Is that the best way to describe it, Sin?
Yeah, trinkets and other worldly things, but it's more of an occult
Okay.
to otherworldly things.
Have you you thought of a name for said place?
It's corny, I understand, but Synergy's books and occult.
Okay. All right.
Just I'm not very very original.
That's fine. We can always retcon it later if you choose a different name. I mean, it's no Brewhouse Brews, but
No.
but going to Seattle, if he had been like, "Oh, I'm going to open a coffee shop," that'd been a really dumb move in Seattle.
Yeah, no.
You know.
It blends in with all the other million bookshops. There. It's a
Exactly.
smaller one.
And Aunt Bunny wasn't ready to franchise out yet, so
Not ready.
So he's been there a couple months. He's really been busy, obviously, with getting his shop up and running, and hasn't really looked for a pack. He's obviously been involved with other guru through his time, but has mostly been on his own. He has found at least one of his kind in the city. There was one time that a man in about his late 20s, early 30s had come by the store. He, based on his appearance, Erik would guess maybe he was maybe Indian, Pakistani, but really kind of spoke with no noticeable accent. Seemed like probably a Seattle local. He mentioned his name was Prashant, and he kind of looked around the shop very carefully. He moved with the grace of one of your kind. He did not mention that he was your kind, Geru, but the spirits told you things about this man.
Did he have any markings on him by any chance?
He was actually wearing a kind of a long dress shirt that day. No visible tattoos, visible marks. No earrings. Kind of a short conservative haircut. But you got a message from kind of more of an urban spirit, Cockroach. That this man was one of his not servants, one of his devotees, as we'll say. That one is under my purview. Cockroach was not a spirit that you had ever expected to speak to. And probably your first thought was, hey, if I'm seeing one in the spirit world, how many are there in the real world in my shop?
Yeah.
But
Do we know if Erik is if the spirit is local?
yes. Yeah.
So he's local to the area.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He came in, said hello. Maybe not the first person you would have expected when you opened that morning. This was probably about a few weeks after he had opened. But he came through, kind of just seemed to be checking things out. But you could see he was watching you as he came through, and didn't buy anything. Cheap bastard. But then left.
Most people come into shop to browse. It's okay.
One thing Erik did notice, though, is he has seen him come by a couple times. Maybe one time just walked by on the street, taking a look at the shop.
Do I notice he was looking at me, or was looking at the shop, interested in the books or the person?
Mostly first looking at the shop outside. If the front door was open, which say it was a decent day, maybe the front door was open. He did glance in at Erik.
Okay.
Now, most recently, within the last week, the shop is starting to get some regulars now. Couple ladies like to come in, look around. They do buy stuff, and one of them, we're gonna say her name is Miriam. She tells you that she's a psychic medium. That if she ever is ever or rather, if Erik is ever in need of someone of her skills, she'd be glad to set up something with his shop. Not really kind of pushing herself on him, but kind of hey, I'm sensitive. I can talk to spirits. And if you're ever interested, we could, I don't know, set up something, maybe help your business. What do you think?
Anything to put people in here to see what I have. I have no problem with the occult. The spirit world, I dabble in it myself. My problem is, will this be a sideshow? Will you bring other people in here or just yourself?
A sideshow?
Yes. There's a lot of people in this area right here that have tried to come over here. Just kind of like if I'm doing my streaming, a lot of people trying to get me doing emotes. I'm just saying, it's really annoying. But it'd be nice to have someone I can trust to bring people into this role and expose them to something they might not expect. Gain some feeling.
I'm the genuine article, so I'm not looking to make money off this. I'm not looking to exploit anyone, and she seems kind of put back a little bit, but I guess kind of understands your feeling.
Well, listen, I have a beautiful room over here. If you come by later, we can have a demo.
I think I'd like that. And she says,
right.
Did you hear the news about that murder? That gangster that was killed?
Gangster that was killed? No, I don't hear anything about it. Talk to me.
There was this guy, his name is Chuck Muldoon. He's a really kind of a bad, shady character in town. They say he's a biker and some kind of gangster. Somebody murdered him at his own house. And the news is saying this, so I'm not making it up. Somebody ripped out his heart, killed him in his own house. Can you imagine that? Somebody doing that to another human being?
Going back to the previous episode, I can imagine. I feel in my history, we may have come up on something like that before. And honestly, we have Jack the Ripper in England. We have all these different types of serial killers, things of an occult and taboo nature is not surprising to me at all.
It just scares me because Seattle used to be such a nice place to live, and now there's some killers going around ripping out hearts, and there's all these stories about there's being witches in town and all sorts of stuff. But here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we could do a seance and see if we could contact this Chuck. What do you think?
That would be very interesting. I would not say no to that at all. And that's something we'd probably do tonight if you'd like.
That would be That would be awesome. Oh my. And she kind of gets all giddy. She's like, I could, yeah. When, what time?
We'll do it in the dock. So anytime in the dock. We'll close early to do this well. Is there anybody else you want to bring, or is this just going to be a me and you thing?
Well, I think Shelly would be. That's the other customer. I think Shelly. I don't know. She could bring her crystals and see if she could do a crystal reading, and maybe like a tea leaves. But I think this is more the kind of thing that I think if we kind of focus our energy, maybe we could talk to this Chuck.
I'm sure we'll have a good time doing this. Come on in.
Okay.
And I'll set up a little area kind of on the side, wait for the shop to close.
Okay.
A little part of the corner room. There's a little enclosure with some curtains and kind of some tables and stuff like that. It's kind of dark, feels festive, kind of like Halloween Horror Nights where you have the fog coming up from the ground, things like that. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe finds a crystal ball somewhere.
Yeah. Just go all in. All
right. I think what we're going to do is we're going to move from there. And we are going to move to a Greyhound bus station in Seattle. We watch as the bus pulls up. Passengers start to get off. And then we see a young man get off that we, the viewers, recognize as Skids. But let's talk about what Skids might look like now. It's been a couple months since we've seen him. Let's hear from Q. What does Skids look like now?
Well, let's see. He probably doesn't look that much different. Hasn't had any real reason to change his look. So he's probably wearing newer old jeans picked up, from a secondhand store. Cheap T-shirt. Let's see. It's spring now, so he might have a light jacket of some sort. That might be.
Didn't grow a beard or anything, right? So.
Yeah, no, well, he still has his mustache he's proud of, which is like 3 hairs. He's trying. He's got the long kind of like shoulder length, loose curly hair. But he looks probably about the same. He's tall. I forget exactly how tall I said he was. Over 6 feet. And skinny as a rail. So just lanky and gawky and, not gawky? That's not even gawky. Like portmanteau of awkward and whatever. I don't know.
Real gawky looking.
Yeah. He's a gonk.
Okay. He, as he gets off the bus, he is looking at his phone. He's managed to, obviously kept it charged, been able to charge it through some of the contacts who helped him get across the country. He's found out about his tribe. He is a silent strider, and has a phone plan, something cheap, something that works for him. But he's now able to get cell service and can get text messages and use his phone.
Enough now that he's not like conserving his minutes to only use.
Sure. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, he had received a text that there is going to be somebody to pick him up at the bus station, a woman named Jenny, and she's they don't really give a description of it. Just say a woman named Jenny will be there to pick you up and give you a ride to somewhere you can stay.
Okay. Any description of this Jenny?
Didn't give him one, no.
Okay, then I'll be looking around for someone holding a sign that says, with my name on it.
Okay.
Mr. Anderson or whatever.
Yeah. As he gets off the bus, it is unfortunately there is not a row of people with signs. Most people seem to be just either kind of just they're getting off the bus, they're just kind of going about their business. Or some people look like they're waiting to get on the bus. But he does manage to notice a kind of a tired woman, kind of tired-looking woman, blonde hair, sitting kind of looking at her watch, and she is kind of looking at her phone, and she makes eye contact with you.
Okay.
And
I
she
kind of like look down and
and she's kind of looking at it, and she goes, she kind of wanders over and she goes, "This is going to be a really weird question." She goes, "You aren't Skids by any chance?"
Oh yeah, you Jenny?
Yeah. Oh hey. And she puts out her hand. She says, "Oh," she goes. "I'm sure you probably have a real name." They didn't tell me much. They just kind of described you a little bit. Said you'd be coming in, this time. I'm Jenny.
That's great. They didn't even give me a description for you. So.
Oh, and says, "I'm sorry. I got so much stuff going on." She says, I live in Seattle," and she says, it kind of says in a low voice, she says, "I'm a friend of the family."
Oh, right. You know Lou and Mary.
Yeah. So, come on. She says, "Do you have any other bags? I mean, all you got is..."
No, just this.
She's like, "It's all good." She says, "Yeah, come on. Let's go to the car." She takes you to kind of this beat up red Subaru. Get in, and she starts to pull out of the parking lot. She says, "Well, yeah. Again, I'm Jenny. I run a group home for kids. It's called Sunny Days Ahead. We have a couple kids who are staying with us. They told me that you might, not be sure where you're going to stay. You're welcome to crash with us." She's like, "How old are you? About 19?
18. Just turned 18.
Oh, okay. Well, most of the kids staying there are under 18. We really," she says, "I don't want to say I cater to. We offer support for at-risk kids, kids who been kicked out of their house for whatever reasons, kids who may be on substances, and me and my partner there, we try to do our best to help these kids have a safe place to live, get some meals, and we're welcome to have you for as long as it takes you to get settled."
Oh, that sounds great. I gotta be honest, I probably won't stay long. I don't tend to fit in most places. I've been in and out of the foster system most of my life. Never been, in any one home for more than about a year. So, I've been in a group home with disadvantaged kids, I guess you would say. But I've been in some doozies, so nothing will surprise me. But I appreciate the place to stay. Yeah. So
of course.
I'll be happy to do whatever I can to help out.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it sounds terrible, but you kind of already know the drill, which is you got one leg up on. Sometimes kids come and they're just either so out of it or just so desperate they have a hard time trusting anybody, and I get it.
I hear that.
You go from one place to another. It's hard to trust. Now, the folks who told me about you, she says, I think you've heard the term kinfolk.
Yeah. So you associate with the family,
Yeah.
with our
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. She says, I'm not, she says, and don't take this the wrong way. I'm not one of you. I'm just family. And try to help out, my tribe. I'm kinfolk to the Fianna. But to me, I'm family with all of you. So I know that's not something we don't normally share. But again, I was told, you were, a special case, and she seemed very nervous when she's talking to you about it.
I don't know. This is all new to me.
Yeah,
It still seems like a dream most days. So
that's what I'm told. All right. Well, let's listen to some music. And she just nervously kind of puts on the radio, and continues the drive to your destination.
right,
I think what I'd like
there with my leg going shaky, 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 shaky.
Yeah. She's probably as nervous as you are. So, but again, she's just gonna quietly listen to the radio, I guess, and as you head on your destination.
Yeah.
I'd like to switch over to, let's go to Walmart with Diana and Alice. Let's go shopping. So they've arrived at Walmart. Typical shit show on the afternoons. Savannah has showered, but is still kind of hiding under her hoodie, and just kind of shuffles along with her two escorts.
You're muted.
Would you like to look for some pants? Would you like a dress? What are we feeling?
She's like, oh my god, I'm not a fucking goth. I don't wear black dresses. She goes, I guess black pants. I mean, I guess, yeah. Alice is like, well, let's go over here. Kind of tries to steer her towards the, I guess, young woman's department or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And is kind of trying to hold up things like, and kind of meekly goes, oh, this looks cute. Oh, and then kind of gets this like, oh, I don't know if cute is what you're looking for. Just kind of puts it down. She's like, and kind of looks over at Diana like, you're gonna have to do this.
Okay, Alice, how about you go and get the groceries we need for the week, and I'll focus on the clothes shopping.
Thank you. and she kind of just takes off and heads that direction. Yeah. So, okay. All right.
So now, are we wanting to look more in the men's or women's section? It's up to you.
She's like, I wear a lot of t-shirts, but I don't think that'd be right for my dad's funeral. So, I don't know. I guess women's.
Yeah. Oh, I will go to the jeans, see if there's dark wash jeans that she seems to like to wear jeans.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
There's these, and we can always get a black button up.
As you're kind of looking at some of this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you notice there's a couple of like a pair of girls are kind of, and you see them kind of whispering, and they're kind of looking at Savannah. Savannah hasn't noticed this, but these two girls seem to be kind of whispering, and they kind of giggle a little bit, and
Yeah, Diana will give a wonderful smile. And it's like I don't know if Savannah recognizes this, but for the audience, it's
Mhm.
like that mama bear smile. And
And
Diana's
they're. Oh, go ahead.
good.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Diana's sweetheart, one aisle over, I think I saw some shoes that would be great. Could you go pick out your size real quick?
Yeah. And
Wonderful.
she kind of trudges off. So
Once Savannah's gone, Diana's gonna turn and look at the girls and walk right up to them.
and they're kind of like, and they just kind of give you this like, what? Look.
Hi. So I hear you're talking about my little friend over there, and I think you should shut the fuck up.
Who are you, bitch?
Well,
It's
first
a free
thing
country.
is-
We can say whatever we want.
Here's the thing. I will figure out who your parents are, and I will call them. Please go.
Whatever. She's a freak anyway.
Okay, so here's the thing. Have you ever heard an old saying? And I'm gonna say something completely in Greek, so this way they have no fucking idea what it is. And Diana's going to give the darkest little smirk, and it's like, I have decided that you guys are not worth going angry on. So go ahead and just remember that in a couple years, you're going to get zits and acne, and your skin is going to be disgusting. And the only thing you'll have is a sad personality. So bye. Shoo. Get out.
They're just like, yeah, they just kind of shuffle off like
Wonderful.
old people are weird.
How old are these
She-
girls?
Really, I mean, they're probably like 15, 16 or something.
Yeah, Diana's
so-
like 2 years older than them.
Exactly, but to them, old people are weird. So they fuck off.
Wonderful. I just didn't want Savannah to see that. And so once that's done with, I'm just gonna be like, Savannah, did you find a pair of shoes you like? Because I think I found the good button up for you.
She comes back with looks like boots. She's like, these are cool.
Alrighty then.
She's like, okay.
Now, so some dark wash jeans, a black button up. Is there anything else you want to grab while we're here?
No. So I'm just still on edge. She's like, the pharmacy, they don't sell Relaxol, do they?
How about we go for a run after this? We don't need to take some Relaxol.
All right. She's like, I got a headache anyway, so.
Oh, I mean, if you need something for migraines, I have some migraine pills in my purse. God damn it, I sound like an old woman.
You have any of those little star candies in there?
So just like my mother. Yeah, I'll help her pick out some clothes, and Diana will toss like a couple extra pair of jeans and t-shirts, some probably will grab like a extra hoodie that's on clearance as it's spring and winter's over, just so she has something else to wear other than funeral clothes and what she's wearing now. Well, sweetheart, after clothes shopping, we can go for a run. I was also thinking maybe to cheer you up a bit, we can go out, check some of the small businesses in town while we're here. Maybe just try to bring some normalcy back into our lives after the horrific event.
Okay.
I'm gonna text Alice to see if they're done doing all the food shopping.
She'll come over in about 5 minutes, and you guys go up front, check out. Nothing unusual happens after that. No more obnoxious teenagers. Anything else you want to do before you guys kind of leave the store?
You know what? Only because I almost forgot this. Diana's gonna call Sunny Days home to see if they need anything, since she volunteers over there every so often.
Yeah. She when she calls, Jenny picks up, and she's like, hey, Diana, hey, how are you?
Hey, doing well. I'm just out shopping with Savannah, grabbing some clothes for tomorrow. Well, I was at Walmart. I wanted to see if you guys need anything, like any clothes, anyone come in, go, cleaning supplies, since I'm in town already.
Oh, you're an angel. As it turns out, yeah, we have a new young man who's going to be staying with us. And you hear her kind of like put that phone. She goes, "What size are you?"
What? I'm sorry. What size? What?
What size clothes do you wear?
Oh, I gotta get like big and tall stuff, but like large in the big and tall or medium.
Okay. She says,
32 waist.
32 waist, and then you hear her kind of like going back and forth with Diana. Yeah, young man, 32-inch waist, and she sounds like a mom. She's like, he probably needs underwear, and probably some socks, and some jeans, and then she kind of looks at her skin. She goes, "What kind of snacks you like?"
Snacks?
Yeah,
salty stuff mostly. Not big into sweets.
Okay. All right. So she says
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. And then she goes, and she says, Diana, you'd be a doll if you could pick that stuff up. Maybe if you're able to swing by later, we can introduce you. Yeah, I think I think you two get along.
Diana is like, make sure like Savannah's not listening, just have like a little joke with Jenny. Be like, see, the last time that happened, they ended up living on my couch.
I know. She's like, I can't really get into it on the phone. Anyway, she's like, yeah. And then you hear her curse about something. Hey, buddy, try a turn signal every now and then. And I'm sorry. I gotta go.
All right. Yeah. I will go quickly grab like insert generic basic clothing and salty snacks.
Yeah. Okay. And she's like, thank you, or your doll. Click. Savannah has paid no attention to what, she is, if anything, just kind of just staring down at her feet. So
she's all in her head.
Yeah.
You know what? Just real quick, just because it's the most Diana thing to do, text Otto. Just be like, need anything from Walmart? Forgot to ask before we left.
And he would
I'm not old enough to buy booze.
And he'd message back, Clippers was planning on getting a new set.
Nail or hair?
Hair.
Wonderful. You are going to be paying me back the like $25 for this, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I'll also grab some clippers for Otto.
Okay. All right, that's fair. And that's actually a lovely segue to let's see what Otto was planning on doing for the day as he's recovering from his hangover.
Well, I guess before they would have gone out to go shopping, Otto would have asked Savannah if he, like if she needed anything or if she wanted him to do anything for her or anything like that.
She probably would have been starting to ask about, like, can you show me how to, and then probably caught herself, like with Diana, like nah, yeah, maybe let's talk later.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. So then Otto's got the rest of the day. So
I guess after they would have left, he wouldn't want to just be in their apartment by himself because that'd be awkward. So I probably would have just stepped out and like had a smoke for a few, and then I guess while they were out shopping, he would just sort of like wander around and see if like any local shops catch his eye or anything.
What's he typically looking for? Weapons, or I mean,
I mean, he does like weapons, but but no, probably be more low key than that right now. Just to sort of like anything sort of like semi out of place or eye catching or anything like that. Just see like if there's any like more like tiny local places that, you know, might just like catch his attention.
You know, there is. He's as he's out, comes across a bookshop he's never noticed before, and doors open. As he's walking by, there's a kind of a small woman is talking excitedly to a gentleman, and she's you just catch, yeah, and we, you know, tonight, you know, we'll bring Shelly, and you know, we'll set up everything here, and we'll see if who we can talk to. You just kind of catch that kind of as you're going by. You notice like it's like an occult looking bookshop, maybe one you hadn't noticed before. He has no interest and continues walking by.
Well, I'd say he'd probably be like, well, this lady's a kook, but I'm interested. So
when you came in, you'd see a lot of skulls and tribal things on the wall, kind of Native American, if that's and African in origin. Yeah.
Okay. He might think that's pretty neat, so he'll sort of like step on in and sort of like maybe start perusing those a little bit.
Okay. Can I help you find anything, sir?
I'm sort of just looking.
Well, listen, I'll be right here. Please look around and see if there's anything you have interested in. If so, give me a heads up. If not, please enjoy your day.
Yeah, thanks. And he'll sort of just start sort of, you know, doing a circuit around the shop.
Otto, could you give me a let's go with a wits and investigation roll, difficulty 6.
Okay, investigation, wits, 6, roll.
Okay, 3 successes. As you're walking by, you notice in one of the displays, you notice there's what looks like just like some old animal bones. They seem like they've been arranged in a particular order, and carved into one of the bones, you would swear you think you see a Garu glyph.
And sort of like stop and catch his attention.
And
Where'd you get this one?
Yeah.
Yes, these particular items, and is the one next to them, I've picked up a little while ago. Nothing specific, but let's just say it brings me to a time in my life where they were familiar.
That's fair. I just recognize some of these little symbols here.
How do they interest you?
Just stuff passed down from my family, I guess.
Where's your family from?
Quebec originally.
Yes. Never been there before, but I've heard interesting stories about that. And when he says stories, he kind of just, I've heard stories.
Yeah, there are certainly some interesting ones.
from the doorway, Miriam calls out, "I'll be back later. Okay, thank you. Bye."
No problem. See you when it's nighttime.
And Erik and Otto are now alone. So
She seems like an energetic sort.
She is. We're going to do a seance later on tonight. Kind of get in touch with the spirits, if you will. I'm wondering if you would like to join us.
I think I get in touch with the spirits enough as it is.
Well, we heard of a tale of a specific person last name of Muldoon. I don't know if you have heard of anything that has happened lately around here. Now, mind you, everybody might be spooked. I didn't hear of this before, but, news does travel fast in this area, especially in the digital world. Unfortunately, my computer is messed up, so I don't really go onto it very much. And my phone, I usually turn it off during business hours.
Yeah, it's kind of the talk of the town right now. So, what about this guy? And what does that have to do with tonight?
From what I heard, Mr. Muldoon was murdered with his heart ripped out. Sounds kind of peculiar to other folks, but I've come around people in the same circles that have been known to partake in such delights.
Respectfully, sounds like a bunch of harpies to me. The body's not even in the ground yet.
Can we make I guess a perception check, if kind of on Otto by any chance?
yeah, what are you?
Let's see.
What you trying to perceive?
If you have an interest in it,
in the
in the topic at hand. I want to see if I can read him.
okay. Yeah, I would say probably maybe perception and investigation, or possibly occult, because the murder was horrific and could be some dastardly occult things. So
Please, no ones, please.
So yeah, so
No
I would
one.
say roll either occult and investigation and perception.
I totally forgot that there's no insight skill. Totally forgot about that.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, 4 successes. Otto, he seems to be kind of studying you. You gonna try to?
No, I mean, I think it's Otto's kind of guy who wears his emotions on his sleeve for the most part. So, it's not too difficult to tell that he has, some investment or interest in this.
Okay.
To some degree.
Okay.
And Erik is just trying to gather information, any information he can get, pretty much from any crack, quarter, local, or anything like that, based on this, to see if there's anything else of interest in this area, especially when it comes to the occult in general. So, this might be something to look at.
Otto seems very, perhaps, invested in this kind of thing.
You wouldn't happen to have any additional detail on any of things that may have happened to this specific person, because I don't want to go into this seance tonight and have any surprises. You can speak. You don't have to tell me everything. I just figured a yes or no would be just fine.
Well, word on the street is that he had his heart ripped out of his chest, and I know his daughter, and the funeral is tomorrow. So I think that, respectfully, people like you trying to leech off of a tragedy are scum, and he will turn around and walk out the door.
I love that. That's so cool.
Totally in character.
Yeah,
totally to his character. Okay. All right.
I'll turn around and go back to the thing and say that was interesting. Good to know. Good to know.
Okay. All right. So let's we're gonna move ahead a little bit to Diana is done with Walmart, and Skids has arrived at a small home within the city and residential area. It's very basic home. When he gets there, there are two teenagers sitting on the front step. One is a girl. She kind of stands up when Jenny walks up and is like, "Hey, Miss Jenny, is there anything I can help you with?" And Jenny's like, "Oh, well, Diana's going to be coming by later on with some bags. So when she gets here, if you can help her bring the stuff in." She goes, "Oh, hey, do you still want to just be called by that, or what do you want to be called, honey?"
Yeah. Hi. You can call me Skids.
And she's like, "Hey, I'm Amanda." And she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take Skids inside and show him where he can stay." And the other kid is sitting there, and she's like, "Daryl." Daryl, and kind of looks up, and he's like, "What?" She's like, "Daryl, you were supposed to be weren't you going to be working over at the 7-Eleven? Didn't you have an interview or something?" He's like, "It's beneath me. I don't want to work there." And he just kind of goes back down to looking at his phone. Jenny's like, "Jesus, Mary and Joseph." So, okay. She takes Skids inside. It's a very busy house. There are one or two kids kind of sitting in a living room. There's a young man, older than you, who is kind of barking out some orders at some of these kids. "Hey, I need your help with this. Doing laundry." And he comes over and he's like, "Hey, Jenny." She goes, "Oh, is this our new guest?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is Skids." And I am looking for this guy's name, honestly, because we're just going to say, to keep things moving along, insert name here. Introduces himself. I honestly cannot remember his name. So anyway, introduces you. He's like, "Yeah, we got a room upstairs. You're going to have to share it with Daryl. He's not the most talkative, but if you don't mind sharing a room with him, he's quiet. I mean, he's just not maybe not all that friendly at times.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. All
I
right.
appreciate
Yeah.
you finding me a spot.
Okay.
Yeah, just
And-
standing there, head down, not making much eye contact, kind of hunched.
Yeah. Jenny is kind of going off and just kind of starting to work on some stuff on her own. Up front, a car pulls up. Now, question for Diana. Would she have brought Savannah along, or would she have dropped Savannah off somewhere first before?
Savannah would probably be like left at home to like do whatever Savannah needs to do to prepare for tomorrow.
Okay.
Because Diana feels like this place might not be the best place to bring Savannah at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I just wanted to check. We're gonna say Alice stays with Savannah. Basically, the guys have tried not to leave her by herself. So we're gonna say Alice stays back. So Diana, you pull up. There's a young girl you recognize named Amanda. She comes running over and she's like, "Hey, Diana," and goes out to give you a big hug.
Yeah, I already have like arms full of bags when I still like wrap around and like give a hug.
Yeah. She's, "Oh yeah. Miss Jenny said I'm supposed to help you with the bags."
Oh, I got it. It's only like 5 bags.
So she helps you bring in the bags. You come in, and standing in the landing is a kid you don't recognize, and he's kind of standing by himself. Amanda kind of comes in with the bags. She's going, "Miss Jenny, I got the bags. Where do you want me to put?" Typical crowded house kind of situation. And you're kind of left alone with this kid who's standing there. And
because I mentioned Diana would start doing this last time we were here. Diana instantly is going to use sense of true form on this new kid.
All right.
What's that do?
If I roll high enough, I can tell if somebody's a werewolf, vampire, or supernatural creature.
Oh, neat.
Yes.
So go ahead and make your roll then.
Okay, yeah.
Should be under your gifts. So.
Yes.
Okay.
Assuming the normal difficulty of 6.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Please don't fail me.
Oh.
Diana,
0.
why do you always fail Gift of True Form when it's actually useful? But when it's just like, a random room, you smell porridge? Yeah, I'll get a critical success. Okay, I'm sorry.
To be fair, I think she fails on Sense the Wyrm a lot as well.
Oh, yeah.
She does as well.
I think in 4 seasons it's worked once. So yeah. So you just see this kid in front of you.
Oh, but you can tell automatically when.
Oh yeah, I can automatically tell when someone's guru actually. So
yeah, no, I know. I'm just teasing you.
But still, it's funny that you. Got no success.
And you recognize something about this kid is familiar.
Yeah, Diana's going to go up and see even more. Diana moves much like a professional. Like, they seem a lot older than 18. They are a law student who is the definition of I'm a law student with the way they move.
Yeah.
And it's like, hi, name's Diana.
Oh, hi. And, as you head toward me, I just kind of like step back as though, you can't be coming to see me, so you must be needing to get past me.
Oh no, like, when you step back, it doesn't matter. Like, fully, like, gets within, like, 10 feet of you, holds a hand out and shakes.
Oh. Hi. Yeah, you can call me Skids. Do you
Nice
work here?
No, I volunteer ever so often. I'm actually a park ranger at actually a park ranger.
Very accurate. Yep.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with a house like this?
Oh, I volunteer here. There was a little predicament with a friend of mine who is staying here. So, I've been coming here and there to volunteer. Sometimes I do the shopping for Jenny.
That's real nice.
And Jenny comes out, and she's carrying some bags, and she says, "Hey, Skids," and she's, "Oh, hey, Diana, thank you again, thank you." You met Skids.
Mm-hmm.
Skids, we got you some stuff, got you some clothes.
I
Just
didn't do that.
oh no, when you're here, you're my family,
Mhm.
and we're gonna try to take care of you. And thank you again, Diana, for getting that. You're an angel. And she's kind of looking around to make sure that nobody else listens. She's like, Diana, Skids is.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'll point to my nose to be like,
Okay.
da.
I'm just immediately suspicious. You know what?
You smell like you have a pet dog.
I see what you did there. That's cool. Do you lean over to Jenny? It's like, does everybody here that lives here ken?
No.
Okay. So, just you?
Yeah. And we don't, just to protect everybody's safety, we don't talk about it. I've only had one other kid here who was like you. So it's pretty rare.
I mean, I've been thinking about this since you picked me up. You sure it's safe for me to be here?
She kind of pauses and she's like, yeah, I think so. But Diana might be able to recommend something else. And she says, I don't mean to impose on you. Skids is my responsibility now. I know he's 18, make up his own mind, but he's welcome to stay here. But yeah, we've had a problem or two with. She says, let me just let you two talk. You get the feeling that, and this is terrible to say, that it's not her place to talk about your business. So some kinfolk realize that they should stay out of the business. So she kind of steps away to let you guys talk.
You know more about this than I do, so I welcome your input.
And I appreciate that, but you're in good hands with Diana when talking about that stuff. And from the other end of the house, Amanda yells something and Jenny goes off. So.
Now, Spitz, how about you go put on some fresh clothes, freshen up a bit, and we can go to this wonderful little diner. I know, a little secret spot in the corner. We can talk. So, one, to get you a good fresh meal, and two, so this way we're not talking in a house full of children.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah, I could freshen up a bit. I've been on the bus for hours. Yeah, give me 10 minutes. I'll be right back. I gotta
Take
find
your
my
time.
Room. I haven't found my room yet. Where'd that guy go?
Insert name here. Showed you. We'll show you where your room is, and it's like 2 bunk beds. You can see that Daryl has already taken the lower bunk. So
that's a problem. So toss my bag up, grab out. I got a change of clothes out of there, and stuff the clothes I'm wearing into the bag, and change up, brush my teeth real quick, head on back down.
Okay. Diana will take you to Alice's car, and without missing a beat of like, hey, don't ask about the why we're missing a door?
Now I can't think about anything else. How tall is Diana?
Diana's only like 5'5".
Okay, so I'm about a foot taller than you. That's not too bad.
Diana will get in the car after opening the door for you. Then we'll run to her side of the car to get it started.
I can't just crawl in through the door that's not there.
No, sadly, that's illegal. Technically, driving the car like this is illegal, but we don't need to talk about it. Yeah, Diana will head over to the diner near her apartment. I know it's like a 30-minute drive, but you know, it's quiet.
Not go to the Waffle House.
I feel like this conversation, you know
I
what,
know.
actually, if anyone were to hear the conversation at Waffle House, they wouldn't think twice. You know what? Yeah, Waffle House.
It's ubiquitous in the universe.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you're about to get a show.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So let's say that yeah, you're on your way there. Yeah, you're gonna go there. You contact anybody else or?
Once again, I don't have my notes in front of me. So who is in the pack that's above us? Who's the one with the phone? So I know I have their number. I just can't remember their name.
Prashad. Yeah,
Yes,
he's yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Prashad on my way.
Okay.
To the Waffle House.
Okay. About 2 or 3 rings, and yeah, this is Prashad.
Not snappy enough. It's got to be in one.
Hey, Prashad. Guess what I found?
Hopefully not somebody else from the other team.
No. Still working on that issue, though. I found another cub that's actually a good guy.
Oh boy. Where is he from?
Hey, Skids, where are you from?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Who are you talking to? Don't be telling people my business.
This is Prashad. He's like in the other pack in the... We'll get to this here in a second. Just... I'm on the phone.
Mommy's talking, so...
Using hands-free?
Shut up, sweetie. Mommy's on the phone right now.
And Prashant says, New Hampshire. She's saying, no, there's a guy I've seen, but I don't know. His accent didn't say New Hampshire. So is this older guy? I mean, what are they like?
Roughly my age.
Oh no. Oh, all right. So, all right. Do you think you can keep them for a little bit until we can vet them?
Yeah, we're on our way to Waffle House to talk about like the whole guru thing.
Waffle House. He kind of snorts like, oh God, like almost like I wouldn't be caught there.
Yeah, I found that when you're talking about guru business, if anybody overhears it, they just kind of think you're a furry and leave you alone.
And they wanted to catch a fight.
He's like, all right, yeah, just keep an eye on them. And how about the girl? How is she?
She's doing good, very depressed after what was done. Um, we're working on those homicidal tendencies
Okay.
slowly but surely.
Okay. Well, you took care of the bigger problem, but let's see how you deal with the smaller problem.
I remember the deal I made. Either she reforms or she's my problem.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Keep the new kid near you, and I will be in touch about bringing him out.
Sounds great. And I will hang up and then look over, and it's like, oh, see, don't worry, that's just Prashant. Basically, we have to make sure, like, we got to do like a guru background check to like make sure you're good.
Oh, on me. Yeah. Sure.
Yes.
Well, then, I guess you should say I'm from Oklahoma and Montana, whatever. That's where I just was. With Lou and Mary, they were the kinfolk who got me up here.
Well,
I don't know anybody back home that.
that's Prashant's problem now.
Okay.
Anyways, so don't worry about paying for the meal at all. That's all good on me. And don't worry about anything about the clothes or anything. It's all gifts. I don't want you to think you owe anybody anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, okay. So you've called Prashant. So are you gonna just have a conversation, just you and Skids together?
Yep, at the Waffle House.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Burger and hash browns covered and chunked and slopped and well, I forget what all the things are.
Yeah.
Cheese
Let's
and onions and chili and
let's go to that. Yeah.
Can I call one other person real quick? So
Of course.
they're
Yeah.
in the loop.
Yeah.
I would like to call the group chat with Otto and Alex.
Okay.
They might want to know I found a new baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otto will just say, "Fuck."
Another mouth to feed.
Yeah.
Say, and he'll just say, "Not as many complications as the last one."
Well, hopefully. Hold on, give me a second. Skids, do you have any baggage we might need to deal with? And by baggage, I mean like mortal enemies, people trying to kill you, and or a possible scorned ex-lover coming after you for revenge.
No, nothing like that. I mean, worst thing you might have to do is watch out for nuts.
The true vetting process.
Otto, give me just a quick second. Who, and what is a nuts?
Oh, sorry, nuts. He's this little squirrel that kept following me when I was on the walkabout. He just always popped up everywhere, no matter what state I was in.
Wonderful. Otto, the only thing we have to worry about is a squirrel.
If the worst thing we have to worry about is a squirrel, we're already off to a much better start.
Yes.
I find nuts kind of worrying. How the hell does he keep showing up?
You know what? Maybe they're a mythical. Are they just a normal squirrel, Skids?
I don't know. I actually haven't seen him in a little while. But that after I found out about spirits and stuff, like when the tree spirit attacked me, I started wondering if maybe nuts was special.
We'll figure that out someday, or we could leave it a mystery. Anyways, Otto, I was just wanting to let you know that we have a new pup.
Okay. Is Alice back at the apartment?
Yes, with Savannah.
Okay, I'm gonna head there.
Okay. Don't teach her about murder, please.
I'm not gonna teach her about murder.
Is that something that people do?
Skids, that's you don't need to worry about that part. But once we hang up, and we get to the Waffle House, we eat, we get our food. Diana's gonna be like, so there's two things that you mainly need to worry about. One, don't tell anybody that you're a werewolf or anything around that information. Well, I'm just making sure I'm covering the bases.
I mean, how did you know I was? How'd you know? I didn't know.
Like I
you
said,
were.
you smell like one.
Right, but you just smell pretty.
Well, thank you. See, I don't know if this has been explained to you, but some guru have special abilities.
Yeah, I knew that. So that's
One
like-
of Yes, one of mine is being able to tell if people are guru. And apparently it's supposed to tell me other things, but so far that's failed.
Yeah, I can't get mine to work too straight either. But I do always know which direction I'm going, so that's new.
That will actually be useful. If you get vetted properly, you're welcome to, come join the Pathfinders.
Who are the Pathfinders?
Oh, that's the pack that I'm in charge of. So, like Otto, who I was talking to.
You're in charge of the pack?
Yeah.
Cool. Were they like all like our age?
No, actually, we're the youngest. Everybody else is like 30.
How's that work out? Usually you have to kick their ass or something?
Usually I have Otto kick people's asses for me.
You have a bruiser named Otto.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'll think about it. I'll check it out.
Anyways, if you want to order some more, and if you ever smell something that kind of smells evil, you're supposed to kill it.
That's that worm business, right?
Yes, the Wyrm business. Now, fair warning, I do technically have someone of the Wyrm living in my house at the moment.
So don't kill that one.
Don't kill that one. We're trying to, redeem them.
Yeah, I'm not really getting behind this whole kill people thing. Did you do that a lot?
No. No.
As averaged over what time period? Yeah.
Per capita.
I mean, at the last year, are we counting spirits in our death total?
I don't think so.
That our death total is at least a solid 2.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. And that is 2 that we know of. Otto is they killed a lot of people when they first discovered, so
Right. Well,
At
that was an
least-
accident, right? I mean, he was out of control.
Oh yeah, so at least 2 people as a pack.
But I mean, it sounded like you guys were talking about straight up murder there on the phone.
You don't need to worry about that.
Forget about it.
Super convincing.
Forget about it.
Listen, technically, a murder is just when one person kills another person. Therefore, if we've had to kill before for the good of Rue, then technically that is not a murder. It is a form of self-defense.
Right. Like so when soldiers can get away with murder because it's a war.
Yes.
Well, I'll think about that.
Well, don't worry. The Pathfinders do tend to like to go the peaceful route. Actually, it's kind of what we're known for, being maybe a little too passive.
And do you
Well,
like, is that what you
God.
do all the time? I mean, like hunt just worm stuff? I mean,
honestly, no. Most of us just have normal jobs. We just live normal lives.
okay.
Unless, like, I mean, yeah, we're currently hunting like a dangerous spirit that's corrupting people and like may or may not like destroy the balance. But like that's only like, hold on, it's happened at least once every 3 months.
Oh God. Because I mean, the last couple months I've been feeling like I've been trapped in one of them teen romance dystopian fantasy novel things. Thought I was
Oh.
being drafted into some war to fight some mystical beings. But you know, if you say it's like most of the time it's just normal life, then that's cool.
Yeah. You know, you might need to, you know, prevent a apocalypse, world-ending disaster, and the occasional minor inconvenience. But other than that, it's pretty normal.
Funny. Okay, yeah.
Um,
I guess I'll have to get a job or something.
yeah, there's a diner right near my house that I was gonna take you to before I decided Waffle House. You're like always meeting people.
I have a bit of experience doing some odd jobs around a diner. That might could work. I do just about anything.
And yeah, once we get your background check, you know, we can take you to the
Orientation. So.
Yeah, well, I guess good luck with that background check.
Well, it's not really like a background check. It's just like the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. All I know background checks are from movies, so.
It's great that you only know it from movies. It's how most people should understand how background checks work. Anyways, you have any hobbies? You're 18. Do you have your GED?
Do I have my what?
Do you have your high school diploma?
No, I dropped out.
Would you like to get your GED?
Yeah, I don't mind. I didn't. I'm not stupid or anything. I just got fed up with school.
Well, I'm just saying that because 90% of jobs requires you to have a high school diploma or GED.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I hear it's easy to get, so. I only just got my license a couple months ago. Not license, ID. I can't drive.
Would you like to learn how to drive?
If I need to.
That's fair.
I mean, you got public transportation around here, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's fine. Just take the bus.
Well,
Subway? Is there subway in Seattle? I didn't really do my homework about where I was.
There is a light rail in Seattle.
yeah, there's a light rail. Anyways, do you have a phone?
I do. Yeah.
Wonderful. Here, do you mind
yeah,
handing me
geeks.
your phone for a quick second? Yeah. And Diana will put her number in your phone. Yeah, if you ever need anything, you can just give me a call. Now, if you need some muscle, that's going to be Otto. I'm not the main fighter of the group. I'm mainly the tactician.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you guys get into a lot of fights.
Like I said previously, around the average once every 3 months.
Okay. And other than that, it's just like lamb nights and bacon cookies.
Yes. I mean, we can bake cookies. I mean, I don't usually do that, but like... Anyways, I'm getting pedantic.
Okay. Sounds nice. Sure. Yeah. I'll give you a call. Yeah. It'll be fine.
So this is when she slides over his W-4 form and all his tax forms and stuff.
Here's my W-9.
We do have a credit union if you'd like to set up an account there.
Here's your Guru bank card for any purchases.
Someone's always pushing a program, I tell you.
Yep.
Yeah. And we could do a fade cut, on us.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Although I was loving it. It was like new employee orientation. It was great.
Benefits.
Okay.
What does
I think what I want to do is we're going to save the seance for the next episode. What I'd like to do is begin the next episode with that. And then following that, we'll be rolling to Chuck's funeral. So
Fun.
So I think next episode is going to be great. And I want to thank the new kids for joining. You guys did great. I'm glad to have you here. Overall, how's everybody feeling?
Good.
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 Okay. I love story time, so we're gonna.
It's
have
good to be back.
Good.
It is.
Good.
I think it's hilarious. You want to have a seance to contact the...
Maybe this
Oh my
week
God.
that I'll actually.
I just realized I'm not gonna be here for the funeral. Oh no.
That's okay. I can play auto.
Okay.
And then there was a massacre at the funeral.
He really just lost his shit.
That's on my foot.
All right. Well, thank you again to all my players. I appreciate your joining. You guys are awesome. You just take things in directions I hadn't thought of, and I love it. So, we'll be back next Thursday night for the next episode. Speaking of episodes, I think tomorrow night we might have. We do not have something tomorrow night. We do not. Our next episode of a certain vampire game will be on the 18th, I believe. Otto, you want to tell us a little more about it?
Sure. So I'm running a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle called River City Runs Red. We're in our 3rd season. And right now the coterie is dealing with a spooky Magar who really has a hyperfixation with a certain someone's character right over here. And also potential Second Inquisition issues. It's a good time all around. So the hiatus is a little agonizing for everyone involved, but we'll make it, I'm sure.
We will, yeah. Foolish me, assuming everyone was busy on the 4th of July and wouldn't be able to play. Sounds like everyone was available, so... except for me,
do?
really, but yeah, what are you going to do, right?
You have a valid excuse.
I do. The 4th of July is my daughter's birthday, so... Erik, do you got to get going? I just want to see if you wanted to advertise anything before you go.
Oh, just real quick. You can find me. I'm on X at Synergy TCG at the bottom. I run a TCG store online. I know the craziness with TCG players going nuts right now, and I understand the whole thing, but it makes me money, so I'm on there. And then, I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on Twitch with Synergy TCG. So if you guys want to catch me there, at 9 p.m. I do Magic Arena and some 7 Days to Die, which I'm actually going to play tonight after this. So it's not me per se that needs to get over here. My wife's been calling me to get over here. So
I don't want to get you in trouble. So.
She's like, get off the computer already.
Remember, Tom, Leanne loves you. So
Yes, she does.
for right now,
Exactly. I want to keep it that way. So
that's it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, sir. Whispers, what you got going on?
Any dissonance complex stuff?
Yeah, dissonance complex stuff where I do TTRPGs. My Chronicles cast just graduated from adventuring school and now has to follow the BBG, the campaign, track them down, trying to murder them as of the deal they made.
Ooh.
So yeah, come watch people get tracked down for sport.
We don't go for those kinds of games here. So.
How dare you even consider it?
Exactly. Murder and all that kind of evilness. All right. Thank you. And Q, what you got going on?
Oh, did you say me? What I got?
Yep. You got anything going on?
I'll be playing in the game next Wednesday. Nanad is running Scum and Villainy. We'll be doing our session 0. And other than that, I'll be at a con coming up soon at Open Gaming Convention. Is that next weekend or the weekend after? I think it's next weekend.
Ask Alexa.
My calendar. Come on. So you can be there too. Find me. Say hi.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. We're going to wrap up, and we will all see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Good
Night,
night.
everyone.